Her voice was a weapon. A song, a protest. Miriam Makeba, South Africa's musical duo, silenced. Banned. The United States, land of the free, deemed her so dangerous, so powerful, that even spinning her records became an act of defiance. How did a singer become a threat to a superpower? And why did they fear her truth? From the red dust plains of the Kalahari to the vibrant cityscapes of Lagos, Africa breathes with a power often whispered, rarely shouted. It's a power woven into the very fabric of our women, mothers, warriors, artists, revolutionaries. Women who hold the continent together, one song, one story, one defiant act at a time. And sometimes, that power is so potent, so undeniable, it shakes the foundations of empires. It provokes a silence more deafening than any bomb blast. It forces the world to confront a truth it desperately tries to ignore. Think about Miriam Makeba. Mama Africa herself. Her voice, a velvet hammer, smashing through the walls of apartheid with every soaring note. She didn't just sing, she testified. She didn't just perform, she ignited. She carried South Africa's pain, its hope, its unyielding spirit on her shoulders, presenting it to the world. But her influence extended far beyond the borders of her homeland. Her music, a universal language of resistance, resonated with the civil rights movement in America. She became a symbol of freedom, a voice for the voiceless, a beacon of hope for the oppressed everywhere. And that's when things changed. That's when the story takes a dark, almost unbelievable turn. Because this woman, this singer, this artist wielding nothing but her voice, was deemed so dangerous, so subversive, that her music was banned in the United States. Yes, the land of the free, the home of the brave, silenced Miriam Makeba. But wait. It gets even stranger. It wasn't just her music that was targeted. Following her marriage to Stokely Carmichael, a prominent figure in the Black Panther Party, in 1968, Makeba's passport was revoked. She was effectively exiled, silenced, her voice choked by the very nation that claimed to champion freedom of expression. Because, remember, this was the height of the Cold War, and the US government viewed any challenge to its authority, especially from black voices, as a communist threat. And Miriam Makeba, with her uncompromising stance against injustice, was labeled a threat. But the question is, why? Why would a simple marriage provoke such a severe response? What was it about this African woman that instilled so much fear in the halls of power? The echoes of the past resonate. They remind us that the narrative of African power, particularly the power of African women, is not a new invention. It is a legacy nearly erased, deliberately obscured, but stubbornly persistent. Consider this, 24 BC. While Rome, under Augustus Caesar, was busy carving out its empire, it met its match in the kingdom of Kush, led by Queen Amanirenas. This warrior queen, with one eye and unwavering resolve, didn't just resist Roman expansion, she defeated them. Yes, you heard that right. Amanirenas, an African queen, stood toe-to-toe with the might of Rome. The result? Rome didn't conquer Kush. Instead, Rome paid tribute. In fact, the Roman emperor was forced to sign a treaty very favorable to the Kushites. This isn't ancient history to be passively observed. This is proof. Proof that African women have always held the power to shape their destinies, to dictate terms, to challenge even the most formidable forces. Their stories are not footnotes, they are foundational. They demonstrate a lineage of strength, resilience, and strategic genius that has been systematically ignored. Why does this matter now? Because when we understand the true depth and breadth of African women's historical contributions, we dismantle the narratives that limit their potential today. We empower new generations to reclaim their rightful place as leaders, innovators, and agents of change. And here's the thing, it wasn't just ancient history. Fast forward nearly 2 millennia, and you see echoes of that same fear of African female power. A fear so potent that it led to, well, you have to wait to find out. Miriam Makeba's voice was powerful, and her story is a potent reminder. The attempt to silence her, to erase her from the American cultural landscape, ultimately failed. Her spirit, her message, her music, they transcended borders and political agendas. Today, African women continue to face obstacles, but they also rise to meet them, empowered by the legacies of trailblazers like Mama Africa. Her defiance reminds us that our voices matter, and our stories deserve to be heard. Are you ready to build on this legacy? This is why understanding our economic power is vital. Start building your own future today with the Africa Wealth Blueprint, available for purchase at pornoafric.com/shop.html for just $27. Makeba's story is a call to action, a reminder that our cultural identity is our strength. Let's amplify those voices, celebrate our heritage, and continue building a future where African women lead the way. Tag someone who needs to hear the African Story Globe Show in Europe, Africa.